Family and friends of those murdered today are now trying to somehow comprehend what happened to their loved ones. LEX 18's Jeff Allen talked with the father of one of the victims and continues our team coverage. Jeff.
Well, we talked to Tammy Kilborn's father as well as a neighbor who watched everything unfold, and he says he even had to dodge bullets at one point to survive this rampage. Steve Smith says he heard gunshots, and then from his home across the street, he saw something he'll never forget.
He heard some shooting, looked outside, and seen him chasing his wife around the Jeep or shooting at her.
He says Stanley Neese then ran to this trailer where he cornered his wife, stepdaughter, and her boyfriend and a neighbor.
I heard him begging, pleading with him, saying, Stanley, we can work this out. And then the next thing I know, he said, well, I'll work it out, and boom, 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 and everything got real quiet.
He says Neese then went to Tammy Kilborn's home.
Well, he come through this door here with a pump shotgun. He said, where's Tammy at?
Her father says she tried to jump out a window, but it was too late. Neese shot the 40-year-old to death in her hallway.
Think the world of it. She saved my life in the year 2000.
Wyatt and others had to run away to survive. Steve Smith says he just barely dodged a bullet.
I sent my son, I put him out the kitchen window and told him to go to his grandpa's.
Smith says he can't imagine what the families of those killed must now be going through.
I'm kind of glad that I missed the bullet, but I'm feeling sorry for the little kids, his parents that's dead now. I mean, they didn't deserve that.
Covering the news in Breathitt County, Jeff Allen, LEX 18 News. Well, it is simply unimaginable to think about some of the things these two kids had to see, but they came to us wanting to tell their story so we could shed more light on what may have led to these horrific murders. That's the LEX 18 Big Story. When police say 47-year-old Stanley Neese began a 45-minute rampage through this Mount Carmel trailer park, Cheyenne Strong was right in the middle of it.
Because Stanley said if I didn't open the door, then he was going to shoot us. So I opened the door. I told him not to shoot me. He said, I'm not going to shoot you.
But Strong says Neese went on to shoot and kill her mother, grandmother, and 3 others. It's something the 11-year-old says still doesn't seem real.
I still don't believe that they're dead. I think they're still alive. That's what my mind hasn't came to the thought that they're dead yet.
Timothy Martin says Neese, wearing pajamas and a pocket full of ammunition, made him watch as he then shot 2 of his cousins in cold blood.
He told me to walk up through the highway with him and never did. He shot all the family and stuff like that, and he told me to go out in the street and have fun and play with my friends.
Neighbors say Neese had been making threats about doing something on September 11th after his wife, Sandra Neese, said she wanted to get a divorce.
He said, you ain't getting no divorce, that if I can't have you, nobody's gonna have you like that.
Cheyenne Strong says the anger spilled over Saturday morning when Neese took some orange juice meant for her.
My granny got mad at him and she took it from him, and then the next thing I know, he's running down the hallway with a gun.
Timothy Martin says it's a miracle he and several others who had to dodge bullets were able to survive.
I'm glad that I'm alive, and I'm glad that God was over top of me.
Now, Timothy Martin, who you saw there, and Cheyenne Strong are both in Lexington now as family cares for them here. Strong tells me she is glad to be away from that Breathitt County trailer park where all this happened. Now back to you.
We're getting a chilling look tonight at the man behind a mass shooting in Breathitt County that left 6 people dead. Jeff Allen talked with Stanley Neese's first wife, and he joins us now with more.
Well, Kevin, she says she endured it all. Beatings, miscarriages, even at one point having a gun to her face. And while she doesn't want to reveal her identity, his ex-wife is now telling her story and hopes people will learn something from this tragedy. More now on tonight's LEX 18 Big Story at 6.
I guess pretty much that I can't believe he's gone. Can't believe he did this.
Stanley Neese's first wife says she felt like she was struck by lightning when she heard the news that her ex-husband shot and killed his wife, stepdaughter's boyfriend, and 2 neighbors in this Breathitt County trailer park Saturday, and then shot himself.
My heart goes out to the families, the people that he killed. That's very hard to face because they're not coming back.
She wants to protect her identity, but wants to share what she went through after she married Stanley Neese when she was only 17. She says he had a tender heart, at one point consoling her after her cat died.
And I called him because I was very upset, and he came all the way from his home to stay with me.
But she believes niece had mental problems that he never sought help for.
He's always been that way, that he's always wanted things done a certain way. If it wasn't that way, it was wrong, and he just wasn't happy with it.
At one point, she says niece threw a branch at her, causing her to miscarry their twins. She says that eventually led to her losing 4 children she conceived with niece.
After I lost the baby, he pulled the gun on me. And he didn't shoot me, though.
But after a short marriage, she moved out of Breathitt County.
I mean, I've looked down the barrel of his gun before, so I wasn't going to put myself and my children in it.
And niece's ex-wife says when she heard about the shooting, she had to call the Times-Voice newspaper there in Breathitt County, which helped her identify that it was indeed her ex-husband that was behind it all. Kevin, now back to you.
Stanley Niece's ex-wife also says she didn't know about domestic violence orders, or else she would have filed one against Niece a long time ago.